So, thoughts on the election, man. Very big win.
Yes.
I came in last. You were telling me for a while that I should endorse Trump, and I folded towards the end. I said I'll do it, and I'm glad to have been right.
Well, the things I called came true, man. He's putting pressure on Netanyahu. He's going to end the war in Russia and Ukraine almost immediately. He's already come with a deal to the table.
Is there proof of that?
For Russia?
Yeah, I didn't see that yet.
Yeah. He basically, basically what it's going to be is going to be a 800-mile like demilitarized zone. No NATO join. Ukraine won't join NATO for 20 years. And what was the last one? And Russia will be able to keep the territory it's conquered.
And then also he's not going to have Nikki Haley or Pompeo.
Thank God. And for all of you wondering, Pompeo is the reason why. Can they hear me, by the way? You're using a condenser mic, right?
Yeah, they can hear this mic.
Okay. Yeah, Pompeo is the reason why we didn't get the JFK files declassified, dickhead.
Really?
Yeah. He was the main guy that told Trump not to declassify the documents.
Because Israel killed him.
Probably. And then Nikki Haley, we know she's a shill for Israel.
She's a war hawk.
She's a war hawk. She would have dragged us into war for the Middle East. We got to give Israel whatever they need. So stupid neocons.
Pompeo and Haley are both Zionists.
Hardcore.
And okay, why do you think Trump is not bringing them back in? Do you think he's actually? That's a really good sign for us.
Yeah, I think bringing in people that are like war hawks is just not a good look. It's going to hurt his thing, because I think what Trump is trying to do is, one thing that he campaigned on is like no wars when I was in, right? And I think him coming in, one of the things that he's going to really try to get done is no wars, because the thing is, man, and a lot of people don't like get this shit. Foreign policy is extremely important, right? And really the only person that like really dictates foreign policy is the president, right? Like your governor can make things better for you, you know, your local legislator can do things for you, but at the end of the day, the president of the United States is the one that has foreign relations and runs that. Secretary of State is nothing more than an extension of the U.S. president. So, you know, Blinken's a cuck. We know that. Okay, that.
Whoa!
I didn't say it.
Cake, that wasn't me.
I didn't say
that wasn't me. I told him.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, he stopped himself.
Yeah, I stopped myself. But yeah, he's a loser. But but Trump, I mean, it goes to show he spoke to 71 world leaders already, bro.
71 already?
71. He spoke to 71 world leaders. So that should tell you like how important foreign policy is. And just so y'all know, for all you guys that were like talking like, oh, Myron, you vote for Trump, bro, I voted for Trump because of foreign policy. Foreign policy is the number one reason I voted for Trump, because at the end of the day, inflation, everything else that people cry about, like it's all affected by foreign policy. Foreign policy 1000% dictates everything else. Like, okay, if you can't, if you're broke, right, and you can't afford eggs or bread or whatever, I understand that sucks, but you can always make more money and fix that, right?
Stop being poor.
But you can't stop a nuclear war.
Right.
Sorry, like you can't stop that. And who does that, controls that? The U.S. president. So, dude, it's people need to really understand that, like, I think foreign policy is one of the most important things that people should be voting for that they don't pay attention to. They're voting for, like, you know, stupid stuff. Oh, like, look, I'm all for border security and shit like that. That's important, but I think foreign policy is even more important than that. Because who cares about Mexicans coming in if we're in the middle of a nuclear war?
Mm-hmm. But everything else is really good. Like, you have to admit, like, the strong immigration is very good. Also, the fact he will sign legislation to make
I'm pro. I used to be law enforcement for immigration, so I'm obviously very pro strong borders. But I think foreign policy was the most important thing. Like, especially given the turbulent time that we were in from a foreign policy perspective. God, bro, we literally, Israel's going crazy, attacking all the Middle East. Russia has a conflict with Ukraine. Like, bro, we're under Kamala Harris. I would not be surprised if Taiwan was invaded by China. Mm-hmm. Like, we were going to have a bunch of foreign conflicts under Harris and Biden if it continued on. So I'm really happy that Trump is coming in. And just like I predicted, he is diffusing a lot of these foreign conflicts.
What was Mike Pompeo's role in the Trump administration?
He was a director of the CIA for a bit. He actually wanted to kill Julian Assange. And he also was the Secretary of State too.
This guy sucks.
Yeah. He's. You want to talk about deep state? He's a good example.
Why would Trump hire him? What was his credibility?
Okay, so when Trump came in 2016, he didn't have any connections in Washington D.C. Remember, he's a businessman from New York, so he had to hire a bunch of Republican shills that were establishment, right? So that's why he had so many people turn their back on him, betray him, etc. That's why Project 2025 became a thing. Project 2025 became a thing to combat all the corruption and betrayal and lack of people that were trustworthy and loyal to Trump. So that's what Project 2025 was a response to. So Pompeo was one of these guys that was like kind of like an establishment guy that was kind of there, and Trump brought him in, and he ended up lasting, right? Like Trump gets along with the guy, he likes him, he spoke well of him on the Joe Rogan podcast, but he is a neocon establishment guy.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear him make those calls so quickly into he's still president-elect.
Yeah, and they're wildly unpopular with the public. Pompeo and Nikki Haley, wildly unpopular.
Yeah, Nikki Haley, I've seen everybody on her for
yeah, she gets on all day because all she does is shill for Israel. It's embarrassing.
Okay, so this is a really good sign so far.
Yes.
And I'm sure you've seen the censorship speech that he gave.
Yes, actually that was from like 2022.
I know, because he was banned on YouTube at the time, and that was on Rumble.
Crazy,
so ironic
man.
that a speech about censorship was censored.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
But it's still, it's part of his campaign.
Now they're the Google CEO like reached out and said, "Oh yeah, we don't want we don't want Google employees like taking a stance on the election." Zuckerberg, aka Zuckerberg, going backwards on. So, dude, they know they knew from back then that there was a high likelihood Trump was going to get in, and now I hope he shows them no mercy with the censorship regime, bro.
Mm-hmm. Did you see this?
You get your shit back because actually you got a strike.
I know for misinformation. And if you look at the election now, it's pretty clear that they rigged the election in 2020.
Yeah,
there's no misinformation there.
Yeah. If anything, like I said, I think it strengthened the argument that the 2020 election was stolen.
Was rigged. Because how many people really showed out for Joe Biden? Like, I think more people, Kamala definitely got more votes than Biden.
She probably did, actually, to be honest with you.